The mysterious disappearance of Jennifer Joyce Kesse, a 24-year-old woman from Orlando, Florida, on January 24, 2006, remains one of the most perplexing unsolved cases in American crime history. A vivacious, successful finance manager with a bright future, Jennifer vanished without a trace, leaving behind a trail of unanswered questions, a haunting piece of surveillance footage, and a family determined to find justice. Below is a detailed account of her case, drawing from various American news sources and reports, tailored for audience seeking to understand this enduring mystery. A promising life interrupted. Jennifer Kesse was born on May 20, 1981, in New Jersey and raised in Tampa, Florida. A graduate of Vivian Gaither High School, she went on to earn a finance degree from the University of Central Florida in 2003. By 2006, Jennifer was thriving as a finance manager at Central Florida Investments Timeshare company in Ocoee, where she had earned multiple promotions. She had recently purchased her first home, a condominium at the Mosaic at Millenia complex in Orlando, a gated community she chose for its perceived safety. Described as safety-conscious, Jennifer carried pepper spray and was known to call family or friends when walking alone in potentially risky situations, such as a dark parking lot. She was in a committed long-distance relationship with her boyfriend, Rob Allen, who lived 3 hours away in Fort Lauderdale. Just before her disappearance, Jennifer had returned from a romantic vacation with Rob in St. Croix, U.S. Virgin Islands. She was described as over the moon and optimistic about their future together, despite occasional concerns about their long-distance relationship. On January 23, 2006, Jennifer drove from Fort Lauderdale to her job in Ocoee, working a full day. That evening, she spoke with her father, Drew Kesse, around 6:15 p.m. while driving home, and later with Rob around 10 p.m. from her condo. These were her last known communications. The morning she vanished. The next morning, January 24, 2006, Jennifer failed to show up for work, missing an important meeting, a behavior completely out of character for the punctual and responsible young woman. Her co-workers, alarmed by her absence and inability to reach her, contacted her parents around 11 a.m. Drew and Joyce Kesse immediately drove 2 hours from their home in Bradenton to Jennifer's condo in Orlando. Upon arrival, they found no signs of forced entry or a struggle. The condo appeared as if Jennifer had prepared for her day. A wet towel and shower indicated she had bathed. Pajamas were on the floor, makeup was on the counter, and clothes were laid out on the bed. Her favorite high heels were missing, suggesting she had dressed for work. However, her phone, keys, and purse were gone, and her 2004 black Chevy Malibu was nowhere to be found. The Kesse family quickly alerted the Orlando Police Department, OPD, and a search effort began that evening. Friends and family distributed flyers, while the OPD organized search parties on foot, horseback, by boat, helicopter, car, and a TV. The urgency was palpable. Jennifer was not the type to disappear voluntarily. Her family emphasized her close-knit relationship with them, noting that she always stayed in touch and would never leave without notice. A chilling clue: the surveillance footage. 2 days later, on January 26, 2006, a significant break emerged when Jennifer's Chevy Malibu was found abandoned in a parking lot at the Huntington on the Green apartment complex, roughly a mile from her condo. Surveillance footage from the complex captured a mysterious figure parking Jennifer's car at approximately noon on January 24th, hours after she was reported missing. The individual, deemed a person of interest by authorities, was seen exiting the vehicle and walking away calmly. However, the footage was grainy, and in a cruel twist of fate, the person's face was obscured by fence posts in all 3 snapshots captured by the camera, which recorded still images every few seconds rather than continuous video. The FBI and NASA were called in to enhance the footage. But even with advanced technology, the person's identity remained elusive. Authorities could only determine that the individual was between 5'3" and 5'5" tall, with no clear indication of gender or other distinguishing features. One journalist famously called this figure the luckiest person of interest ever, due to the improbably perfect alignment of the fence posts concealing their face. Neither Jennifer's family nor friends recognized the individual, and the footage became the case's most tantalizing yet frustrating clue. Signs of a struggle and early theories. Investigators noted signs of a possible struggle on Jennifer's car. Photos obtained by Fox News revealed marks on the hood, described by Drew Kesse as looking like someone was thrown down on the top of the hood, arms spread out and then dragged back, almost like fingers scribbling down the hood. Despite this, the car was thoroughly wiped down, yielding no usable DNA or fingerprints. Valuables left inside, such as a DVD player, suggested robbery was not the motive. A search dog tracked a scent from the parked car back to Jennifer's apartment complex, leading detectives to theorize that the person of interest may have returned to her condo's parking lot after abandoning the vehicle. Early in the investigation, suspicion fell on construction workers at the Mosaic at Millenia, where Jennifer lived. The complex was undergoing a conversion from apartments to condominiums, and numerous laborers, some of whom reportedly lived in vacant units, were present. Jennifer had confided to family and friends that some workers made her uncomfortable, often catcalling, whistling, or staring as she walked to her car. However, language barriers hindered police efforts to interview many of these workers, and no concrete evidence linked any individual to her disappearance. Her boyfriend, Rob, was briefly considered a suspect but was quickly ruled out due to his distance in Fort Lauderdale and lack of any incriminating evidence. A botched investigation and family frustration. The Kesse family grew increasingly frustrated with the Orlando Police Department's handling of the case. Drew Kesse recounted that the initial responding officer spent only 30 seconds in Jennifer's condo, dismissing her absence as a possible argument with her boyfriend and leaving without taking the situation seriously. The family later discovered that critical evidence, such as potential DNA on the car's hood, was never tested. By 2018, the Kesses sued the OPD to gain access to case files, a legal battle that resulted in a 2019 settlement, granting them 16,000 pages of documents and 67 hours of video and audio. The files revealed a disorganized investigation with no documented progress for over a decade, fueling the family's belief that the OPD had mishandled the case from the start. In 2010, the FBI took over the investigation at the urging of then OPD Chief Val Demings, but no significant breakthroughs followed. In 2016, Jennifer was officially declared dead by the state of Florida, though her family refused to accept this without definitive proof. A notable lead emerged in 2019 when a private investigator hired by the Kesses uncovered a tip about a man dumping a rolled-up carpet into Lake Fisher on the day Jennifer vanished. Despite a search with cadaver dogs indicating a hit, no evidence was recovered. New hope in a cold case. In December 2022, the investigation was handed over to the Florida Department of Law Enforcement, FDLE, Cold Case Unit, marking a turning point. By May 2025, coinciding with Jennifer's 44th birthday, the FDLE announced significant progress. They had reviewed thousands of documents, interviewed approximately 45 individuals, and identified a very short list of persons of interest. Crucially, they discovered previously untested evidence, including potential DNA, which could be pivotal if advanced forensic techniques are applied. The FDLE also suggested that artificial intelligence might help enhance the grainy surveillance footage to identify the mysterious figure. The case, once considered cold, was officially reclassified as active, renewing hope for answers. A family's unwavering resolve. For nearly 2 decades, Drew and Joyce Kesse have led a tireless campaign to keep Jennifer's case in the public eye. They established the Find Jennifer Kesse Facebook page, organized searches, and raised reward funds, with local businessman David Siegel contributing significantly to a $250,000 reward in 2006. The family's private investigation team, including former FBI and Secret Service agents, continues to pursue leads, fueled by the 16,000 pages of case files. In 2008, their advocacy led to the passage of the Jennifer Kesse and Tiffany Sessions Missing Persons Act, reforming how Florida handles missing persons cases, ensuring adults reported missing are taken seriously. Drew Kesse has expressed both anguish and determination, stating, "Ultimately, I am responsible for finding my child." The family believes the surveillance footage remains the key to solving the case, with Drew asserting someone must know who that is. If you know that person, you would look at that and know who that is. Despite the passage of 19 years, the Kesses refused to give up, holding out hope that new technology or a single tip could finally bring Jennifer home. A haunting mystery. Jennifer Kesse's disappearance is a stark reminder of the fragility of safety and the enduring pain of unresolved loss. The image of the unidentified figure in the surveillance footage, obscured by a fence, continues to haunt investigators and the public alike. As of July 2025, Jennifer remains on the FBI's most wanted, missing list, classified as missing and endangered by multiple agencies, including the OPD, FBI, FDLE, and Interpol. Her family's relentless pursuit, combined with new investigative efforts and technological advancements, keeps the case alive, with the hope that the truth will one day emerge. For those with information, the FDLE's Orlando office can be reached at 407-245-088, and the Find Jennifer Kesse Facebook page remains a hub for updates and community support. The case continues to captivate true crime enthusiasts and the public, featured in outlets like Fox News, CBS News, and the 2020 podcast House of Broken Dreams, The Jennifer Kesse Story. Until answers are found, Jennifer's story serves as a poignant call to action for justice and awareness in missing persons cases.